In this video I'll show how to convert clothing that is built for one Genesis 2 figure to work for the other. So in this case, going from the female to the male. In order to do this, you will need the cross figure, the Genesis 2 figure cross toolkit thing, whatever it's called. And I have that installed and everything, and I've loaded Genesis 2 female and the clothing item I want to transfer. First, you will go to the cross figure on Genesis 2 female, dial that up, and now select the loincloth and run this. Okay, now it's created 3 morphs under hidden, and we will want to save these. So go to File, Save As, Morph Asset, and I can't type. Just go in here to hidden. Let's just make sure this is it. Okay, so just save those. Okay, that'll write out, and now we can just close this, clear that scene, and load the male. The male loaded, go and load your loincloth that you just set up. You'll see now it fits on him. Now next I'm going to change, this is relying on smoothing to make it look good. Alright, because after the transfer, a lot of times when you transfer between one shape to another, you're going to screw up a lot on a loincloth. So let's smooth this out again, and I actually changed this to base shape matching because it gives me a nice result that is fairly true to its original shape. And you can play with these smoothing iterations and collision iterations a little bit if you want to. The rest of these settings, I'm showing hidden properties, those aren't normally there. So I'll just hide those so we don't have to look at them for a moment. You can change these, but the most important thing you need to do is you need to turn interactive update on if you're relying on smoothing to fix up the clothing. This will allow you to export to OBJ. So I'm going to export the loincloth in the smoothed state to OBJ. Let's call it male shape and use Dev Studio Scale and accept. Okay, you can bring the male visible again. And now with the loincloth selected, we go to the joint editor tool and we want to right click, create, extract donor figure. And now we're going to go into the loincloth. We need to show hidden. And go under hidden, and we have these 3 properties. Right click and go to edit mode. And select these 3. And right click and delete selected property. Now it'll mess things up a little bit, and that's okay. And now we are going to replace the geometry of the loincloth with the one that we exported. So you can go in to edit, figure, geometry, update base geometry, and we just want the default option of update vertex positions. Say OK, male shape is the name of it, Dev Studio Scale, load it in. Okay, the geometry is changed, and now we're going to transfer the rigging of the donor to the loincloth by right clicking, go to edit and transfer rigging. Okay, now the rigging of the loincloth matches what it's supposed to on the male. And then we are going to memorize the rigging, so we'll just right click, memorize figure rigging. And we need to change the preferred base to the male. Edit, figure, scene identification. Here it says Genesis 2 female. We'll click on the ellipses button here and scroll down to Genesis 2 male. And accept. Alright, and now we want to save the item out, so I will just save it support asset, figure prop asset. And I'm going to, for now, just save it in the same folder, even though in the end we're not really going to want to do that because it's under people, Genesis 2 female. We want to put under male. But for now we'll just do hunters, male, loin, cloth. Okay. And for the product name, I'm just going to match it with what we had before. So go under data, MartinJFrost, the hunters, just going to copy these here so it just goes right next to it, and then hunters male loincloth, and say accept. And it wrote the files out. Under hunters, Genesis 2 female, we have the male loincloth right there. And now we can just delete this. Select the male and load the male loincloth. And it's going to load in, and it fit just fine. And now it'll follow. So now this does not rely on the cross-figure toolkit to exist. There might be some weight map differences between male and the female. There are weight map differences, but whether they're going to affect your clothing or not remains to be seen. But you'll just need to test bends, and then if you find any issues, of course, just fix your weights, and then you will be done.